pack, Fozzard, Cunningham and Anderson to start. Gilmore, Wilkin and Sculthorpe the skipper. And on the bench, Edmondson, Bennett, Roby and Fassavalu for coach Daniel Anderson. Now the men from London, it was Luisi at full-back, Wells, Sykes, Smith and Bradley Kualalawa. Luke Dawn was partnering Thomas Luluai. The forwards, Tukey, Heighton and Lola here. Purdom, Hopkins, who captained the team from the second row, and Joe Mabou making his return at loose forward. And on the bench for London, O'Halloran, Trindle, Hormono and Williams. The coach, Tony Ray.
The conditions are perfect. It is warm, it's not too warm. It's just a little sultry maybe. The pitch is in truly magnificent condition. It's dry and the conditions are there for a magnificent contest between two of the top six. It's going to be London who get this game underway then. They're attacking in the darkness strip from left to right as we watch. Paul Sykes kicks off, the ball bobbles its way into the arms of Aidy Gardner. Here's the first tackle of the match. It was half made by Tyrone Smith, completed by Rob Purdom. We're underway at Nosey Road. I wonder what twists and turns we have in store.
Well, it's obviously that London Broncos, they know, and their coach Tony Ray is fully aware that they've got to get right into the faces of this St Helens outfit. They know that they've been in absolutely tremendous form since the new coach Daniel Anderson has joined them. But they'll be up for this with the London side. Like St Helens, they've won 4 on the trot, so the confidence in both sides will be high.
Sean Long going for a possible 40-20, but that was straight down the throat of Zeb Luisi, the London Broncos full-back. London have only had 3 wins against St Helens in 23 Super League meetings. There has been 1 draw between the two clubs, but it's not a terrific record that London bring with them to Knowsley Road. They're in possession though here for their first set of 6 of the night with ball in hand, and that is a drive forward by Lola here. David Heighton is the dummy half, and here is Joe Mabou now. He's missed the last 2. This is only his 4th appearance in the last 8 as he plays the ball, a little gingerly maybe. Here's the danger man, Luluai, and he flicks the ball inside to big Mark Tukey. That's the last tackle for the London Broncos. And back it comes to Luluai. And the kick downfield is collected in the in-goal area by Paul Wellens. Defused the bomb, and it will be a tap restart on the 20-metre line. Let's go to Dave Hadfield very early and pick up his thoughts on tonight's possible man of the match.
Well, since we've been gathering the votes this way, no one has won the watch 3 weeks running, but Jamie Lyon's form at the moment makes you wonder who can deny him that tonight. Maybe Sean Long with another milestone in his sights, or Paul Sculthorpe trying to show that he's going to be fit enough to make a major impact on the Saints season again. Well, for London, what about Thomas Luluai, a real protege of Daniel Anderson, meeting up with him again tonight. No Mark McClendon tonight, so Zeb Luisi at fullback will be watching him.
Here's the first try for Willie Tallow. Carter Patrick maybe will hand this up to the video referee for his decision. He just wants to check the grounding. It was a wonderful break from Lee Gilmore, and Tallow, did he get the ball down? It's on the knees of the defender, and eventually he gets it to the ground. This will be the first points for St Helens, Phil.
Just goes to show, doesn't it? When they break you, they've got speed across the field. It's a fantastic conversion of a break into an early try. That's what they do. They start the games incredibly well. That opening 20 minutes, they've very often blown their opponents away. And with Tallow's try here, it's the perfect start for the Saints.
Well, they're just looking to check whether there is an earlier knock-on here.
Well, he went backwards, and the referee Carl Kirkpatrick was well aware of that.
Did it come off a London man? No, it came off Hooper.
Yeah, but it's going backwards, so that's play on. Bit fortunate, it was a flat pass to Hooper. I think perhaps that Hooper thought he was going to be the dummy runner, but this will be GRY.
And the try is given. Willie Tallow gets St Helens off to a flyer, and Tony Ray just shakes his head. He can't believe that try was given, and I'll tell you, all the London players were moving up for the restart because they thought that was a knock-off.
I think maybe the fact that Tony Ray is shaking his head because he perhaps thought that the pass was forward anyway. It definitely ricocheted back from Hooper. But was it a forward pass? No, you'd have to say that the momentum rule came into play, because when Sculthorpe offloaded, he definitely ran in front of the player that was receiving the ball. Bit fortunate, but they'll take the 4. Will it turn into 6?
Willie Tallow in terrific form, scoring tries. Here is Long now to try and add the extras, and he has drifted it in front of the posts. So a first unsuccessful shot for Sean Long, but the first try for Saints and the New Zealand international Willie Tallow.
Little doubt he got it down, and he was pretty confident. Luluwai tried to get underneath him, to no avail. Well, what a start for St Helens. They were a little bit shocked there, London. They've got to get their heads back on. No good shaking their heads. If the officials say that it's a try, you've got to push it to the back of your mind.
And that's out on the full. But it was touched in flight by a St Helens player.
Well, no one shouted for it. Hooper's saying, someone should have told me. And Hooper definitely got to it.
Can we just talk about Paul Sykes and his kickoffs? I think he's the best in the game at doing it. He causes trouble for his opponents. Now, we saw a game on Sky where he kicked it out 3 times on the full. That was, of course, at home to Bradford. But very often the dangerous ones that work for his team.
Well, the goal line dropout nearly came up trumps for St Helens there, but as it is, this is Lola here who managed to get hold of the possession for the Broncos. Yes, Paul Sykes, he kicked 3 out on the full. He would have kicked that one out on the full as well had Jason Hooper not got a hand to it. He does cause panic for both sides, doesn't he?
Bad mistake by Mark Tukey, the big prop forward. Nothing wrong with the pass. You could see he just had a little look to see that Nick Fozzard was coming at you. And I must say, I've been pretty close to Nick Fozzard myself, and I think I'd be having a little look too.
This is Paul Wellens now for St Helens. Tackled by Paul Sykes, number 1, and just smarting a little bit down at London that the likes of Paul Sykes and Rob Purdom, who've been playing so well this year, have not actually been recognised in the Great Britain train-on squad for the Tri-Nations. They believe that men like Sykes and Purdom could actually have forced their way into the squad. But there's a long way to go yet, Steve-O.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not that they're out of the reckoning. It's a wise move, though, to have picked them early. Gives the fringe players a chance. But also, it'll lift the fact that Purdom and Paul Sykes, they'll want to do better.
Eddie, that's where Saints hurt you, when Cunningham starts to go forward, push defenders out the way, and then a dangerous kick from Long.
You're just a little bit too deep, though, as Gardner was hunting. It runs dead in goal. Daniel Anderson, the St Helens coach, looking to make it 4 wins from 4 under his control. And I'm sure that he has got one eye on next week and the big match with Wigan here in the Challenge Cup, and, of course, the return of Ian Milden. London are 40 metres away from their own line, and here is Purdom enjoying the best form of his career right now, but halted by the tackle from Fozzard and Hooper.
Getting back to that point, Teddy, I think that Saints, and I'm sure that Daniel Anderson would have said to him, look, let's get this game well and truly wrapped up before half-time, and then maybe you can... Oh, wonderful offload!
It was from Heighton to Luluwai, and Luluwai's pass straight to Paul Sculthorpe. Well, that's a let-off.
It certainly is. Sculthorpe obviously shouted for that football. Beautiful play by Heighton. And then when he tried to give it back to the hooker, well, a golden opportunity, but good play by Sculthorpe.
6.5 minutes gone here at Nosey Road. Let's have the first word from Tony Smith as the ball is played out a little bit ambitiously to Lyon, who keeps it going. And here comes Wilkin now for the Saints, who gets it to the young man Hardman. Tony, it's first chance for you.
Yeah, I'd be a bit unlucky, feeling a bit unlucky if I was London. I wasn't sure about that knock forward or whether it was knocked back. You know, this is the game.
Here is Lyon, this is Cunningham, and that's a try for St Helens. There's no doubt about that one. Jamie Lyon began it really in midfield on the halfway line and continued it on near the opponent's try line. And that is a fine try for the Saints.
Well, they paid the price. They coughed up possession early from Mark Tukey's knock-on, and they kept it alive. Good work from Fozzard. And you can see that the London defence held back. They thought Fozzard had been finished off, but they hadn't. And the power and the support play was absolutely superb. Here's a combination. Luluai thought Hyden was there, but it was Sculthorpe that sneaked it. Absolutely sensational stuff this, but Tony Ray's got to make sure that their defence, you can see Tukey going far too high, and you don't go high on this fella either. Sykes decided to go for the legs, but he was halfway through, and Cunningham sneaks one. They're on the rack, the Broncos.
Kieran Cunningham goes ever closer to becoming the first forward in Super League to register 100 tries. Sean Long has failed to add the goal. That's the second unsuccessful kick from Long, but Saints are ahead 8-0.
Master, an artist, performer, player who is extremely skilled or accomplished.
Oh, yes!
See the masters of football at work.
Breathtaking quality!
The Northwest Masters tomorrow, 7 p.m. Sky Sports 1.
All right, folks, listen up. We need to take better care of our existing customers. Wise man?
Gets the ball away all along the deck. Willie Talau retains possession for his side, gives it then to Gardner, who has seen a bit of a gap. Oh, big hit by Steve Trindle.
Oh, he mullered him. Bump.
No, it's not the last tackle. The referee wipes the tackle count clean. 6 to go here for St Helens. And Cunningham, 8 metres away, gets the ball to Fozard, drops it.
Well, he can't believe it. And the forwards are just queuing up. London are allowing St Helens. Look at the big hit here. As I said, he got mullered by Steve Trindle. It was a good one. Gardner says, was that high?
The referee gave 6 to go for St Helens after that.
Right, fellas, blue ball. Blue ball, heads in, tight head. Tight head, Scully.
The two sets of forwards scrum down 10 metres away from the London line. I think Phil Clark made a good point, Tony Smith. When you get opportunities against Saints here, you have to take them.
You sure do. But the errors here by both teams, there's so many handling errors. I just prefer back. It's hard to tell when you're sitting at home watching it, but it is humid here, and the ball gets sweaty, and often when the ball's sweaty, it really is difficult to catch. It's better when it's wet. It's actually easier to hang on to. When it gets a little bit of dew on it or a little bit of sweat, it can be difficult in impact, and there's been quite a bit of impact here tonight. But you can just see it in both sets of players whenever there's a scrum, that they're all got their hands on hips. You can see them gasping for air. You know, it's going to be a rigorous game that's going to be mistake riddled, I think.
Luke Dawn's kick down the line finds touch for London. They're playing safety first with their kicks, aren't they?
They need position, and they know it. And they've seen so many times St Helens come up with the error. Sadly for London, it's always been down on their own quarter. If they can do the same, they can get that set of 6.
Well, that ball didn't come out of the scrum cleanly, so London could have been caught offside. Referee shouted at all the players, though, to go back to their original position.
Does it make any difference these days? I don't know why they just don't tap it.
Lee Gilmore to the halfway line for St Helens. And Roby is on now. He might make a bit of a difference. This is Long.
Well, they found it easy early, as I said. St Helens make that half break, then they have the support. But London's defence is pretty solid. They're getting right into their faces.
It's going to be very important how the two coaches tonight utilise their 4 substitutes, their 12 changes. Talau picks the ball up. It's still the last tackle. Still the last tackle. Talau gets the ball away. It went backwards. Wellens to Fasavalou, and Fasavalou has got men outside. Oh, what an impact by John Wells on Jamie Lyon.
Well, Jamie Lyons looked around and he's trying to look for the number on the red bus because that's what he's run into. Go! I'm not so sure who came off worse. Pretty solid is Jamie Lyon, but Paul Sykes probably gave away 2 stone.
John Wells even.
Sorry.
Paul Sykes about the same weight, I think. Yeah. There he is, the former Castleford winger. Here is Rob Purdom now. Trying to wrestle his way over the halfway line.
This is where London is missing Mark McClendon. He'd be buzzing around and making the combination along with Luke Dawn, Thomas Luluai, you know, making the 3 pivotal changes.
Luluai now, up the middle, spinning out to one. Heighton, and the high kick to the corner from Dawn. It's not a bad kick. Oh, brilliant take from John Wells. Now then, has he got the ball down?
Yeah, yes, that's a try. No
referee hands it on to Jerry Kershaw, the video referee. Was momentum stopped or was it still going?
This is 4 points. What a great take. Not often you can beat the fullback Paul Wellens to the high ball, and this is where it keeps moving, and this is where they'll give the try. Wells try, and full credit to the Broncos. They fought back, they had to dig deep. There'll be no waiting for this one, I'm sure. You can get your house, just checking to see whether there was any interference. He took it clean. That's try time.
Yes, momentum certainly kept him going. Well, he came up with a big hit on Jamie Lyon, and he's just come up with 4 points, we think. But what does Jerry Kershaw say? He's the important view. He agrees. Try for London. John Wells. Super League debut for Castleford in the 26-23 home win against the Bulls exactly 9 years ago this weekend.
Plenty of height from Dawn as well. They put the pressure on the youngster Ian Hardman. Wellens couldn't get there quick enough to it. Wells did. So Wells did well. And he gets a 4. They're back in it. Great stuff. Watch him go. Hardman went a little bit too early, and that's good upper body strength. Not many can turn Paul Wellens around. He did. Game on.
Very much so. 8-4. Kick to come, and the kick from Paul Sykes. 76 goals. Enjoying his best ever season as well. More tries, goals and points this year than ever before. Can he get 2 here for London? He can. First successful goal kick of the night. It belongs to Paul Sykes. And it's St Helens 8, London 6.
Well, it looked as though it was going to be a cakewalk, didn't it? 2 tries early in the game. Everyone was rubbing their hands here. The Saints fans were just saying, let's get themselves organised. Was it a question of offside? No problems. White shot proved it. And behind the sticks will prove that too.
John Wells with the try then. St Helens pegged back. 8-0 they led. It's now 8-6. London will be encouraged by that. Danny Williams makes the drive.
Well, they will at it because they've only had 3 excursions into a scoring position.
Yes, they blew 2 of them, but they've made that one pay. And now it's with Luluai. Gets the ball away to Purdon. Tackled by Hooper and Fasavalou. And Lee Gilmore joins in. David Heighton is the dummy half. Williams showed the ball to Luluai, took the tackle. Heighton again. Here's Mark O'Halloran. Wilkin and Sculthorpe with the last tackle for London Broncos this set of 6.
It should be the same, and both to the same winger.
And it is. Up it goes from Luke Dawn. And this time Wellens takes control. Here's Hardman again for St Helens.
Showed you the experience there, Paul Wellens. He made sure they knew they were going to attack the winger Ian Hardman, and Wellens made sure he got in front of the winger and he wasn't going to be obstructed to take it, and it was a great take.
Willie Talau running straight at Purdon.
Daniel Anderson he's got to get that message out to the Saints players now. Come on, we need some more work in the forwards. We need to punch through that advantage line. They know they've got the 3 quarters to build on it, but they've got to get there first.
Long had a look up, saw that Luisi was covering the kick to the left-hand touchline, so plonked it down the middle. Luisi comes in field, collects, makes a good run. It goes away from Wilkin. A good job that Sean Long was in attendance. Great quick play the ball though, and here is Bradley Kualalawa, gets it away to Luluai, and St Helens now caught offside.
Well, they take the time with the Broncos. They know how important it is now just to settle things down. They're only 2 points adrift. He'll be quite happy with Tony Ray. They were hit with a blitz early in the match. And I think they found the big problem for St Helens, and the problem they have is that London will be pinpointed Hardman all night.
This now is Williams again. Danny Williams, the substitute. He had to sit out an 18-match ban from his NRL days, the longest ban that the NRL has dished out in 17 years. He couldn't make his debut until the end of March. Here's Mark O'Halloran now, 10 metres away, stuttering little run, halted.
On the line, no penalties. Well done.
And here now is Luluai. The ball to Luke Dawn. Opportunities here for London. The ball, was fed out wide, looking for Bradley Kualalawa by Tyrone Smith, and all he did was find the touchline.
Well, it looked at one point that Tyrone Smith was on his way to the line anyway. A little bit of a shimmy. Willie Tallow missed him, then tried to offload and found his winger. He'd gone missing. He'd gone.
St Helens breathe a sigh of relief.
And so they should. That's two clear-cut chances that they've hit down when they should have had points on the board. And wouldn't that have silenced this huge crowd here?
Well, they're a bit quiet anyway, the crowd, as Roby gets the ball away.
That's got to be play on. That was one-on-one. That's great refereeing by Kirkpatrick. Crowd here booing, but he's got it right.
Well, I thought if one man had joined and then disappeared from the tackle, it was still classed as a steal.
But if the man's
I think he ruled he's dropped it, actually.
If the man's trying to turn and continue on, then it's classified as not being tackled, isn't it?
Jamie Lyon's just been penalised for a high shot.
I think that's right by the official.
And there's the sort of tackle that they were getting away with ad nauseam on Wednesday. Jamie Lyon not getting away with it this time, Tony.
I agree with you, Eddie, about the different rules in the NRL and mainly in the state of origin. I reckon they really relaxed some of the rules within that game. They look for a bit more biff. I'm sure of it. There's often a lot of sightings throughout the season for high tackles. When it comes to state of origin, they seem to let a lot go. But just back to this one, London they'd be rapt about where they're at the moment. You know, they've just grafted away. Neither team has played, sensationally with the ball. They've had little opportunities. They've turned it over too many times, both teams. But to be in this game at 8-all, that's a great result for them so far.
Absolutely, and it is 8-all. St Helens against London. Sykes can certainly kick a goal or two, can't he?
Certainly can. I think he broke the record, didn't he, against Wakefield. I think it was 11 straight.
They don't have the biggest away following in the world, London, but they are enthusiastic.
Well, you're right, Eddie. It's very, very quiet here, isn't it? They're all enjoying it, weren't they? 8-0 up, 2 tries, rubbing their hands, basking in the warmth. We haven't seen the sun much this year, have we?
We haven't yet. 8-all at St Helens, 10-all, I hear, at Hull. Hull against Lee. So.
Ooh, that looked high.
And I'm reminded that Hull and Lee played out the only draw in Super League so far this year at Lee earlier this campaign. So is history going to repeat itself there as London look for their second consecutive win here at Nosey Road against the Saints, and they're well in this match. This is Trindle. Bennett gets to him, so too does Sculthorpe.
Well, they're getting through the basics, aren't they? Nothing fancy, not much frill. Just get him in that corner, wait for the mistake. Trouble is, they've come up with 2 bad errors in try-scoring positions. They could have a real stranglehold of this game.
I get the feeling from the sideline here that after the first 5 minutes, St Helens, they saw what their opponents were about, they knew what ability they had and they tested it, and basically they just think, listen, we can do enough to win the game, but subconsciously they've dropped back into that frame of mind, and maybe in the second half you'll see them kick on another level, but they've have really dropped off, haven't they, in the last 15 minutes or so?
Or have London up the tempo? Have London forced the errors?
Well, they've certainly sorted their defence out. It's been pretty solid since the time that they shipped in 2 tries. But as I said after that score, I said St Helens can't just relax and think that this is a walk in the park, because it ain't. You know,
here they come again, Saints with Bennett.
This isn't a side that's dwindling in the bottom of the league. This is a side, London, that are in 6th position.
Fasavalou tries to go through a couple. Halted on halfway. 2 teams here, 4 wins each behind them. This is the last tackle. Long was in a spot of bother then, under pressure from Tyrone Smith. Still got the kick in. Luisi picks it up.
Eddie, if it's 8-all with 60 seconds to go, there's only going to be one team that will win this game, and I wonder whether they know that as well.
Well, it is ingrained in them, isn't it, St Helens? They are the escape artists of Super League, no doubt about that. There's Hopkins. Gets the ball away.
Well, they certainly were under the steerage of one Ian Millwood. We haven't seen that yet. Haven't had to see it yet, really, with the new coach, Daniel Anderson. Interesting to see what his attitude towards my favourite, the 1 point, will be.
Luisi, good hit by Gilmore.
Now then, will it be Hardman again? No.
Luke Dawn with ball in hand, they're running it. Dabs it through, looking for Purdon. And Purdon stabs it on. Luluai's after this. Roby and Luluai, if he picks up and scores.
I think he has.
Luluai looks as though he scored here. The ball was hacked forward, continued on. And I think Thomas Luluai has come up with the 4 points.
What a beautiful kick from Luke Dawn. Saints thought it was going to go high. They'd done it 3 times previous before, and then kicks it through. They're all onside. Hesitation here. Talau really should have put a body on the line. Okay, he knew that Wellens was coming to him, and then there was hesitation. Then it was a last-ditch lunge. Roby touches it, so that's play on. And this, my friends, if he gets it down, is a try. He struggles. He's still got it. I don't think he's lost it. And there, it just on the whitewash.
Eddie, if he touches the goalpost with the ball, though, isn't that a try as well?
It used to be. It is not now.
Well, I wonder what the video ref's decision is.
Try.
Try is given. Thomas Luluai. He puts London ahead as we approach the half-time siren. And Tony Ray, after a shaky start, has seen his team really take the game to St Helens.
Well, if you're undecided, whose is it? Mine or yours? Talau was more important trying to prevent the man coming to him, which in many ways you've got to do that to ensure the man coming for it. But Wellens, well, he was undecisive here. Great stuff, kicked it through. Good work for Tyrone Smith, got the ball away before the substitute James Roby could get there. And the New Zealand superstar, halfback, scored the try, and would you believe it?
London are going to be 14-8 up. They were 8-0 down after 7 minutes. They fought their way back into the match, and now suddenly they lead, and the St Helens supporters begin to find their voice. Thomas Luluai with the try. 10th of the season. He got his 7th cap for New Zealand under Daniel Anderson against the Aussies in Brisbane earlier this year. Dangerous team, he said. Daniel Anderson, the London Broncos. Very quick. They are a dangerous team, Tony.
They sure are. And interestingly, they've scored 2 tries off kicks. You know, they're probably not that happy with their kicking game, London. I think they've only had 3 decent kicks that they'd really be happy with, and scored off 2 of them. So, you know, that's causing St Helens some problems. But, you know, we all sit here and expect St Helens to lift, don't we? You know, and that's when we'll see how good they are.
Here come London again, in the shape of Tyrone Smith. He's grounded on halfway.
In many ways, it's a carbon copy of last week's game against Salford.
The kick from Luluai out on the full.
That's not good.
Anyway, Mark Edmondson, though, the pressure that he put on Luluai there He's just come up, he's saved his teammates 30 metres, he's bought some land there for the guys around him.
And he's also got a bit of a bang as well, Mark Edmondson, for his pains.
Well, he committed himself, so certainly no penalty. Now then. Oh.
Wayward pass in front of Long. Wellens picks it up on the bounce. Gets the Saints to halfway. An element of concern for Daniel Anderson. This is Paul Sculthorpe. Crowd getting on the back of just about everyone now except the St Helens players. Oh, that's high on Roby.
Yeah, Trindle didn't miss. And they'll surely kick this right into the corner. They need possession. Get on equal terms. I think Daniel Anderson realises well that if there's one man that can really turn it. Oh, great defence. And that's the hooker, Kieran Cunningham.
And he's on again. Here he is. Gets the ball to Hooper. Forward pass.
Looks bewildered. He is a magician at times. Yep, it was forward. No momentum rule there because he was running sideways.
No line ball.
No.
Not in the view of Carl Kirkpatrick either.
Is it a good position? Well, this will be up the jumper time by London. They won't try to do anything fancy here. 6-point lead at St Helens. Wow.
That would do them nicely.
Sure
at
would.
half time. Homono plays the ball, and here is O'Halloran. Ooh, big hit by Cunningham and Wilkin. Hopkins to Williams, and here's Thomas Luluai again. Tell you what, 14-8's all right, 20 points to 8's not bad, is it? And that's what they're looking for here, the Broncos.
And they're capable of doing it.
Dawn, and the ball finds its way to Kualalawa, and Bradley Kualalawa is going to score in the corner for London. We'll go to the screen now for this. The ball was ricocheting all over the show down here.
I think it's all right, though.
Mr. Kirkpatrick wants Jerry Kershaw to check it all out.
Well, he's onside. No doubt about that. Hopkins, I think, it put the ball through. That ricocheted, so that's play on. It came off.
That one offside, or was he onside?
No, he kicked the ball forward. But as you can see there, Bradley Kualalawa, yeah, he's onside. This is going to be TRY. This is going to stun him. You said it, Eddie. They're looking for 20 points to 8.
Tony Smith has a view on this, I think.
Yeah, well, I think the kicker's in front of the ball carrier by the time he catches it. So he's put him onside anyway.
Yep.
You know, whether he's in front when he kicks it, doesn't matter. He kicks it and then runs through by the time the guy catches it.
It was Luke Dawn, actually, that put the little grubber kick through. It bounces nicely. You make your own luck. I think he's all right, because as Tony Smith has mentioned, Dawn has gone in front of when the ball makes contact with the boot.
I think this is going to be a try. It's Jerry Kershaw's call now.
It certainly is.
And a try it is. And London have shaken St Helens to the foundations here. Nick Bradley Kualalawa gets the dozen for the season. And London, well, they do fancy a 20 points to 8 lead.
Well, you force your own luck at times, but this is not the best effort from the fullback Paul Wellens, is it? Very fortunate, but he should have been gobbled up. Shouldn't have gone so high there. He was a good 10 metres out, 5 metres out, should I say. And that gives you time enough to make sure that you go for the leg, swing him round, at least, at the very worst, swing him into the corner flag. Failed to do it, and they are stunned.
They are,
St Helens,
because London, no matter what happens with this kick from Paul Sykes, they will turn around as leaders of the first half, the first visiting team to do that to St Helens on home soil this year. This for a 20 points to 8 scoreline, and the St Helens players are stunned. He has kicked it. It's a magnificent kick from the touchline from Paul Sykes. 20 points to 8 it is. London have shaken this place to its foundations. Tony Smith, what a first half for his men. Remember when we saw them on Sky Sports at Griffin Park recently, they led the Bradford Bulls as well, and they let that slip in the second half. But this performance holds no hint that they might do the same. They lead 20 points to 8. Sideline with Bill. We're into the fourth tackle now of the opening set of 6 of this second half. And Sean Long's kick-off nearly finding its way to the touchline. It was palmed infield. Looked as though it had actually drifted forward from the London palm, but referee saw it another way. The kick downfield is fielded by Ian Hardman, and St Helens will look to get themselves going in the second half. London will just be saying, let's have a little bit more of the same. Outstanding first half from the Broncos.
Certainly was.
Here's Gardner now for Saints.
Certainly was to say they came back from shipping in the 2 tries, and they've given away a silly penalty now of London. They didn't want that. Tyrone Smith messing around at the play of the ball. You can see they're trying to give him a facial for no reason at all. And when you've got a 20 points to 8, you don't want to give the opposition chance to get back into the flow of things. That's what they did. For
Drive forward by Edmondson.
For 15-20 minutes, London just got right into their faces. They allowed St Helens nowhere to run.
That was Cunningham to Sean Long. Important defensive tackle by Danny Williams. Cunningham dummy half. It's Hooper to Sculthorpe, attacking the line. Wellens now. Good defence though again from London. Harmono on the back of the St Helens fullback. Sculthorpe driving the ball to the line himself, and he loses the ball. Knock on is the referee's decision.
Sculthorpe trying to claim that it was reefed away, and it was.
Well, it was bumped, I think, Steve.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still reefed away. Nothing wrong with it, because the new ruling states if you're going into the tackle, and that's what he was doing. No doubt about it. Zeb Luisi has saved what could have been a try.
Indeed so. Here is Wells for London as they get the possession from the base of that scrum. And now Thomas Luluai, who's been at the heart of it for London tonight.
Very clever player, just slowing things down. Good to see also Tony Reyes tell him to go into the dummy half position. Sometimes you can control it from that area a lot better than standing first man out.
That's Danny Williams, takes the fourth tackle, low down by Roby. Here goes the Nick Bradley Kuala. Roby doing well from dummy half again. It's the last tackle for London, and Luluai gives himself a bit of space, but the kick is straight down the throat of Wellens. St Helens looking to counter here. Trindle is on top, and Lee Hopkins, the skipper, underneath. Sculthorpe again, driving the ball forward. Not wishing to point the finger at Paul Sculthorpe all the time, Steve-O, but Great Britain captain, since he has been appointed to the role, he's been out injured, and he's not been his dominant self.
Well, it takes a while to go back. I mean, we know he's got a chronic back injury, and that is creating problems in his hamstring area. It often happens in all athletes if your back's bad.
Great ball from Cunningham to Long. Long will skin Luisi. And there's the try under the sticks that St Helens were looking for start of this second half. Daniel Anderson emotionless on the sideline. I think he must have asked for more effort from his team at the start of this second half. He certainly got it there.
You see Cunningham run from dummy half. Would you believe in the first 40, Kieran Cunningham only ran once from the dummy half position, and he's done it very early in the second half. And look at the speed of Sean Long. He's been very quiet in the first half, and yes, it is TRY, no doubt about that. And they needed it.
And Sean Long has suddenly gone second in the all-time St Helens point-scoring chart. He has nudged ahead of Paul Loughlin. Only Kel Coslet with 3,413 points, and he is still part of the fabric here at Nosey Road. Only Kel Coslet is ahead of him on that table. Sean Long, one of the most prolific point scorers in St Helens history. And he's going to add another 2 here. And St Helens back in the hunt suddenly. First successful kick of the night from Long. He converts his own try. It's 14 the Saints, but 20 to London. Here's Long. Now it's with Wellens. Bounces away from a couple. Lyon. There's the pass to Hartman. But they muscle up on defence in Hartman, but doesn't he do well? They were looking to shuttle him over the sideline then. The young man did really well. Here's Sculthorpe. Delays the pass, won't give it. That's the last.
Good play by Hopkins. He's followed Sculthorpe all over the park tonight.
Cunningham. Flick pass, Hardman. Lyon. Back to Hardman. Give it some width to Roby. More width to Long. Kick to the corner. Looking for Gardner. And it's a restart from the 20.
Gardner certainly got there first. Beautiful kick though, well weighted by Sean Long. Very difficult. Well, I'm not so sure. It looked there perhaps that Bradley Kolelawa actually touched it first on the replay. Looking to get away with that one.
This is Tukey again, and he's enveloped by Paul Anderson and Paul Sculthorpe.
You've got to admire the way that London, their defence, yet again, you know, they're throwing everything at them as St Helens. They are really muscling up big.
Hopkins gets the ball away. This is Lawler here. He's halted on halfway. Tackle number 4.
Look, it's not pretty. It's very basic by the Broncos, but it's effective.
Joe Mabou trying to go up the middle. Takes the last tackle. Zeb Luisi is the man at dummy half. Finds Thomas Luluwai. There's the kick. It bounces off a St Helens leg. And it's a white ball.
Good work
Wilkin
there by John Wilkin. Very quick to get to that ball. It looked as though Luluwai.
I think even if Luluwai would have got to it first, it would have been the turnover, because I don't think St Helens made the play for the ball. This is Wilkin. This is Wellens rather, but he is drilled to the ground by Luke Dawn. Now, Jamie Lyon.
Got through a lot of work, you know, as Luke Dawn standoff in that defensive quality.
Long to Paul Anderson. Bang, the ball comes up for London and Luluwai.
They nearly got caught there, St Helens. About 4 players look to the official. Get on with the game. He's the man with the whistle.
Homono just slipped under the challenge from Lyon. Hopkins. Here come London again. Good run from Lee Hopkins.
They'll go for the kick.
Luke Dawn and Luisi. Dawn again. Luluwai. Mabou on one side, the ball funneled in field. Tackle from Talau and Hooper. And Luluwai going for broke himself.
He's got it.
He could easily have got another try here.
He has. Quick thinking from the dummy half position. And this, I think, is TRY time. No, the ball carrying arm did not hit the deck. Has he got it? Yes, he's got it down now. That's try. Because the ball, it's Anderson's arm. Jerry Kershaw, he'll give this one, I'm pretty certain. Because the ball carrying arm, if it hit the deck, it would have been no try. He's not convinced, but it will be now.
The try is given to Thomas Luluwai. He gets try number 2 of the night for him. The New Zealand international has come back to haunt his former national boss, Daniel Anderson. 2 tries from the scrum half.
Well, I was just about to praise the St Helens defence. As we saw before, London's was pretty strong, but they got caught napped there. There's when the ball ran loose. Luluwai deservedly started it, and then he said, I'm going to finish it. Took him a while, but he was moving all the time. Then the video referee certainly knew the way to give this fella 4 points.
Remarkably, all 4 of London's tries tonight have come on the nod of video referee Jerry Kershaw. No doubt about that one from Thomas Luluwai.
But there's never any doubt in all 4.
Absolutely. 4 from 4 for Sykes. And the conference continues in the St Helens camp as Sykes lines this kick up. He's kicked brilliantly tonight, but he misses with that one.
Put the marker on him. But look at the scoreline. 24-14, 10-point ball game. And you could see there underneath the stick, Sean Long was shaking his arm, gesticulating towards, I presume, the referee. And if St Helens start arguing amongst themselves, saying and trying to make an excuse for it, they've got to knuckle down. They've got to really get back into it. The forwards are trying to offload in impossible positions.
Similar story to the first half, Tony Smith, isn't it? The Saints started at a ferocious pace and London come back and hit them again.
Yeah, they're just playing very conservatively, London, for what they've done this year. Usually you're used to the offloads as they're about to hit the deck. Here we go, as I say it, there's an offload. But, you know, they've run a lot of plays from dummy half or one pass plays, and it's been very, very good for them. They've just marched the opposition down the other end, prepared to put in a short kick as well. So, you know, the tactics have been very simple but effective here tonight.
They have indeed, because London ahead by 10 points as Lawler here drives it over the halfway line again, and it was only Cunningham hanging on to his shirt tails that halted something worse then for Saints. There's the high kick again from Dawn. Hardman has got to get underneath this for St Helens if he can and does. And Wells trying to wrestle him over the line. And I think Long actually threw John Wells over the sideline then to get him off the grounded player.
Pretty close to giving away a penalty as well, because Wells was trying to just roll away. Now then, what have they got left in the tank? Psychologically, London have them at the moment. Ooh, that looked a bit of strain ears there from Lolo here.
Wilkin.
Well, that's got to be a flop from Tukey. They're getting away with it. Going to be a high kick. No, into the corner.
And looking for Gardner's speed as Zeb Luisi goes after it. And it's a goal line dropout. Gardner's speed has caused problems for Luisi over there. He was the last to touch it.
It touches his backside. How unfortunate is that? There's another expression for it, but I'm not going to mention it.
And I suppose the fact that he's herring down after the ball, the fact that it hits him, means he's intentionally played at the ball.
Well, it hit his bottom whilst he was in the in-goal area.
So a repeat set of 6 for St Helens. Good dropout though to Wellens. Fozard.
Can he hold on to it this time? The big problem in the first half.
Here's Big Paul Anderson. The big men are starting to get up ahead of steam. They've driven London back in 2 tackles, 41 metres. This is Long. Gets the ball away to Gilmore. Great defence though from London. Ball comes back. This is Wellens. Tackle count continues. Hooper to Long again. Here's Cunningham. And Cunningham, over the top it goes. Tallow gets it down for the try. Second try for Willie Tallow.
Good work by Cunningham yet again. Drifted towards the sideline. Lofted the ball over. They could see that London's defence had come off the whitewash. And Tallow, rather than squeezing in at the corner, put himself into the spin. This is the reason why he's got it. Runs on the blind side. Look at the overhead pass. There's no one at home. But see how he's spinning. As soon as he hits Tyrone Smith. Great work from Cunningham. He does it time and time again, you know, for this side. He did it last week against Salford. They were on the rack. He came off the bench, changed the game, and he's done it yet again.
Eddie, I think Eddie Gardner could have changed this game with his chase. You know, the effort he put in to get down there, he won them the goal line dropout, and up until that point, I just couldn't see it in their eyes. Sometimes you can detect the St Helens players, they didn't have the same hunger and enthusiasm to get to a ball on the floor that London did tonight. But that, I think, has been a lifeline. It's got them back in with a chance.
Well, is that a game-turning moment, we shall see, as Long lines up the... He's not kicking well tonight, is he? He's missed another.
Yeah, it seems to be sort of grabbing, if you know what I mean. He's not following through, is he? He just seemed to be just punching the ball rather than following it way through.
Talau's try, though. 5 tries in his first 6 games of the season. None in the last 6 until tonight.
It could prove costly, those misses from Long. It could be the difference right at the end.
They have men like Sculthorpe who can kick a goal, Jamie Lyon who can kick a goal, Paul Wellens who can kick a goal. I wonder if they've tempted Daniel Anderson to make the change. Hooper picks that up somehow off his bootlaces. The kickoff.
Unbelievable take there.
Fozzard. It was drives from Fozzard and Anderson that got Saints going.
Well, there was very
little minutes ago.
There was very little from the Saints forwards in the latter part of that first half, and they've had to up the tempo. But again, look at the way that they're running into their defence. The Broncos are putting their bodies on the line.
And Sculthorpe puts a hand in the face of Luke Dawn. That's lifted the crowd. Lyon knocked on. Actually, he might have got 2 knock-ons there.
Well, it appeared to go back.
There was a big hit on Paul Anderson that might have been classed as a knock-on as well earlier on.
To be fair, he didn't argue. Jamie Lyon, he's a fully professional. Realised that he should have caught that ball.
Luisi. Dangerous coming from the full-back position tonight, Zeb Luisi. Back in the side after 7 matches out. His last appearance, April the 24th.
He's impressed me. I thought he was going to be the weak link. But he's certainly improved on his defensive lines.
Here's Tukey, and that's Waller here.
Looks a bit forward, he's got it.
It's a knock-on he's given him this time.
Well, it certainly looked forward, delayed. It was actually knocked out by Paul Sculthorpe.
Yes, there was a little arm in there.
If truth was known, but it was forward as far as I'm concerned. So justice is seen to be done.
Here's Jason Hooper now. And Hull leading now 30 points to 10 against Lee. Penalty for not standing square.
So going to the corner. Well, giving away these silly penalties is allowing St. Helens to boss the game at the moment. They've got good field position.
And this is Wilkin.
And you can bet that this man Cunningham will come up with something.
There he is. Bullets the pass to Sculthorpe, picked it up out of the air. Wide it goes to Talau, looking for the hat-trick, gives it to Gardner. Gardner back to Sculthorpe. Here is Jason Hooper. London again muscle up in defence. Big Mark Tukey. Cunningham scheming at dummy half, and he finds Long. They want it fed this way. Fasabaloo though.
Good tackle from Joe Mabou. It had to be as well.
Cunningham. Hands off one, turns, goes back same direction. Gets away from another, gets away from somebody else. The strength of this fella. A good job that Purdom and co were there. Sculthorpe waits. No way through for Jason Hooper there. The last one. They're desperate for this ball to be fed to the right-hand side. There's the kick, looking for Lyon. Oh, now then. No try.
No try.
That was in a great position.
It certainly is. A good refereeing from Kirkpatrick there. He knew it was over. Pretty close, but he knew it'd be over.
Right on the line.
That's all that counts. Now then, London will go back to just one out, drive, one out, drive, take it steady.
That was a confident call from Carl Kirkpatrick, that.
Well, he was in a good position. That's what he paid for.
Line!
Big talk, of course, this week in regards to the referee's boss. Has suggested that there will be full-time professional referees next year, he feels.
Uluai's pass across the line. And Purdom is dumped to the ground.
Wait.
Luluai.
Make it.
This is the last tackle here for London. With Dawn, more work for Mr. Hardman. Copes with it. Wells all over him though as soon as he gets to the ball. These are good tactics, Tony Smith, by London.
Yeah, just simple tactics that have been working for them. You know, they've marched them down to the right area of the field. Just before Jamie Lyons' touchdown down there, I was about to say, Jamie probably hasn't had the happiest of nights tonight. He's made a few errors, but he's the type of player who's likely to come up with something sensational, just to turn it all around. But the person most likely to do that has been Cunningham. He's looked the most dangerous out of everybody. I think he's played himself into a standstill.
Deb Luisi picks up the ball as Long was going for the 40-20, and the chase is pretty good. But Wilkin has got a touch of cramp, I think.
Yep.
As Mabu tries to muscle his way up towards the halfway line.
Back to basics yet again. 1 out.
This is Paul Sykes. Ooh, if he could have snuck the pass away, then Luke Dawn was on his way.
At this stage in the game, it seems as though London have more energy, don't they? Despite all the work they've had to do defending in their own half over the game so far, in the 66 minutes we've had, they've had to do more defence near their own line than Saints. They still seem the fresher side. There's a zip, really, isn't there? And they've got it in their eyes, Eddie.
They have the sniff of something here. And the kick is good. Just simple, basic stuff. They'll go for the scrum and they'll hunt the mistake.
Good play by the skipper, Lee Hopkins. He knows the importance of just put him in that area. It's psychologically, it's a lot better to think about your defensive line when you know you're only about 15 metres away from the opposition.
Here is Talau again. Wellens. And Gilmore escapes the net once, can't do it twice. Hormono importantly in Sykes. Roby to Fasavalu.
That looked a bit of it, yeah, he's collided. I think Danny Williams hit him. I think he hit his own player.
Roby to Long. Back on the inside to Gilmore. And he dropped the ball. Fozzard.
Roby has dropped the ball. Oh no, it was straight into the face, wasn't it? Nose to nose. Well, that was a golden opportunity. Zeb Luisi was the only one in front. Anguish on the face of the new coach. He's a tough hombre, this fella. He's played his part as well.
Luluai feeds the scrum. Gets the ball away to Luisi.
Well, it may not be pretty from London, but it is effective, and they know it. They know the importance of just keeping possession and keep forcing them downfield, and they're doing that well. They're getting over the halfway line when it comes to getting their kick away, and that's important.
Now it's with Purdom. He's got Wells with him. And Purdom will take the tackle from Lyon and Sculthorpe. Lee Hopkins is in at dummy half.
Well, I'd be looking for the one.
Trindle to Mabu.
I really would be looking for this 1 point. I know it's a fair way out.
Well, a 6-point ball game. 7 would mean they have to score twice. And we're 11.5 minutes away from the full-time siren.
Is Luluai setting up for it?
Yes, he is. No, he isn't. Another tester here for Hardman. Diffuses the bomb in the in-goal area easily.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't go for the one. They were in a good position. They should have taken it.
It's one of the few times I agree with you, Steve.
Yeah! Hallelujah!
On your one-pointer. Would have made it in the 7. That would have been a better result than kicking it too far and giving it a 20-metre tap.
They've rattled up a couple of significant away wins in the last fortnight. Have the London Broncos, Widnes and Wigan, their first away victories of Super League 10. Are they on the way to another? With Talau now, though, St Helens looking for the score that will level matters. Two sides here, 4 successive wins behind them. Roby! This is the last tackle. It's with Long, and wide it comes to...
Oh, they've knocked on again.
From Wilkin. It's the turnover.
No advantage to the London side. Purdham knows it. A little glance at the official. This will be the turnover. This has been an heroic effort from London. This will be classified as one of their great victories.
If they get it. Don't forget, we're a long way away from that, Steve. We're talking about St. Helens
I realise that, but
10 to go. They can score 4 tries in the 10 minutes.
They can, but the way they're dropping the ball, I don't think they can. They'll get there.
London have been really impressive, Eddie, because a lot of teams come here, they have a few points in front and they get a bit defensive or a mistake from them. But what I'm saying is they're still looking to score points, and that's a good indication of their mentality. They're very positive. They've lost possession here now. They can't panic with 10 to go.
And Lulawai just loses the possession.
It was a power from Jason Hooper. Went onto the arm, not the ball.
We were talking, by the way, about Lulawai maybe having a go for a 1-pointer. Do you know that London have not kicked a drop goal all season?
They should have then.
This is Lyon. They know all about this fella, don't they? Tony Ray has done his homework.
They've kept him quiet, and that takes him doing.
Sculthorpe and Edmondson.
Oh, nearly lost it again.
It's with Hooper, and wide it goes to Talau. Now Gardner running flat, straightens it up, but only into the chest of Williams and O'Halloran. Hull still ahead against Lee. Long still. Jamie Lyon, Hardman. No, great defence. Back it comes. Yes, Lyon. Great defence from London. The ball flicked out, and Lyon somehow got it down, but it looked all the world for a try here.
He'll check to see whether it touches the... No, he's got the ball away. Tremendous work there by the winger Ian Hardman. They were all over him. Purdham was trying to turn him. He has the ball away before he touches that whitewash. The crowd have cheered. They've seen it on the big screen. This will be try time. And Tony Ray will be kicking himself that London did not take that opportunity of the 1 point.
Try is given. And St. Helens are 2 points away from the Broncos. His 14th try of the campaign. We just said he's had a quiet night. Well, suddenly Jamie Lyon has burst to life.
It all came about from the error from Lulawai. Nice pass. He did well, Hardman. That is sensational stuff. He's picking up well and truly off this experienced centre, Jamie Lyon, because this is a Lyon sort of pass. Back on the inside. I'll take it. Game on. They'll struggle now. But can he put the 2 points over? He hasn't been in good form. 1 from 4.
No, but this to level it. Sean Long. The scores are level. When he has to, he does. 24 points apiece. Well, we're in for a rip-roaring finish.
Are we ever? This will be the long kick. I don't think London will be going for the short one. I think they're going to go for safety first.
Will Paul Sykes moving out on the ball?
I don't think so. I think Tony Ray will have sent in about 48 messages at this point in time. They have got to try to get them into that position, force the error, and go for that 1 point. That's the only thing that'll be running through their minds at the moment.
He's gone long, he's gone very long, but into the arms of Jason Hooper.
Do you know what, Eddie? There were 3 players offside at the kick-off there, and for some reason the referee, I think, turned a blind eye.
This is Willie Talau.
Phil, nearly every kick-off they are, and it's only very rarely that the officials do it. And I'm glad they ignored it, because it's not interfering with the play.
It's gone without it, and Hopkins gets it back. And here come London's big opportunity.
Not the best pass, just going behind him, but you've got to make sure that your run is spot on.
Well, maybe London will go for a drop goal here.
Oh, don't worry about that, they will.
Close enough to the line. It's with Luke Dawn. Up the middle goes Luke Dawn.
Will they go early? Will they go on the fourth rather than wait till the last?
No, I think they're looking for more. I think they're looking for the 4 with Luluai. That's 4 gone.
I'd be going now, but there's no one set up.
Well, Luke Dawn is there. He's not interested in it. Good movement. This is Lee Hopkins. Here is Rob Purdom. And Purdom scores for London. Rob
It's all over now.
For London.
What an effort from London. Everybody, myself included, thought that it was going to be 1 point. They're going to it, and I reckon they kidded them. I reckon St Helens thought that what I was saying, and they left themselves open on the wide side.
But it all came about as a result of the knock-on from Paul Sculthorpe.
You've got to take those. He just has not got back into the swing of things, Paul Sculthorpe. Purdom, great effort. Fully deserved. It has been a tradesman-like performance, but their defence, the Broncos tonight, it's been heroic at times. They have been on the rack so many times, Tony Smith. They've just got there in numbers.
They sure have. Their defence has been superb down there on their own line. But what a gutsy effort there and a gutsy play. They threw it out to the wing. They were no chance for the 1 point after that. It was all eggs in one basket. That was a big call to put on that play, and they come up with it. Good on them.
And this is a big kick coming up for Paul Sykes. This may be to secure at least a point for London. He has pushed it wide. It's only 4. Steve-O said it's all over now. This is St Helens we're watching.
Incredible finish to this game. Absolutely wonderful effort from this man. Heroic at times. They put their bodies on the line. They've got to go for the short one. They have.
Oh, and it's got, well, interesting. It went backwards, and I thought Wells had this. Wells thought he had it, but the referee said white ball.
Well, this is controversial because if the referee said he had it, then it must be Wellens that should have gone up and played it. It didn't work out that way. Sculthorpe picked it up. Oh, controversy here.
Now then, this is a dangerous time for London. Oh, that was high.
Sure was from David Hyde.
He was falling, to be fair, but it looked high. Cunningham, Sculthorpe, bang!
Oh,
big
what a
hit
tackle.
by Purdom.
Purdom just took him away, mullered him into the ground.
Cunningham to Long, a dab to the in-goal area. Are they in? No, it's a goal line dropout, says referee Carl Kirkpatrick. And he doesn't go to the video referee.
Thomas Luluai has got there first. Yep, only just. The forearm is sufficient. Oh, if it had been a try, that have gone slower. Carl Kirkpatrick, how about that? There's controversy either side. I'm out of breath.
Eddie, I think St Helens knew when they scored those 2 tries earlier in the first few minutes. This is what their fans pay to see. This is what they turn up wanting.
Absolutely, and it's a 4-point ball game, and we are 2.5 minutes away from the end of it. And this is Nick Fozzard. And Daniel Anderson's winning streak is on the line, as well as everything else. The unbeaten home record. Sculthorpe drives it in, 15 metres short of the line. Cunningham, Long, and Long wide to Tallow, who steps inside. Oh, Tallow for St Helens, a hat-trick for Willie Tallow. 3 tries for Willie Tallow.
I give in.
And St Helens have a kick from Sean Long again, but possibly, only possibly, will win the match.
I can't believe this, Eddie. We talk about controversy. They just run out of numbers there for once. Bradley Kwalilawa just had no power certainly has. He went over. It's all down on the kick. It's on the wrong side for Sean Long. He'd rather have it on the other side. Sheer power from this fella, Talal. It's his second try, the second half. He got one in the first. What a way to get a hat-trick. A hat-trick that could win the game. And I must say, St Helens don't deserve to snatch this.
Talal's first hat-trick for St Helens. And look at the eyes now of Sean Long, because if ever there is a pressure kick and a man for the pressure, Sean Long is him. This kick to probably win the match. He hasn't kicked well tonight, and he's missed that one. It's a question now of how much is left on the clock.
Now then, this is the controversial kickoff. Right, that's play on. Now Wellens has got the ball there, okay? And then he's got it there. Sculthorpe takes the ball. Well, it's he'd already called there to get him play the ball.
London are in no hurry to get this game going again, because look, we're 15 seconds away.
The referee had just told the players, all of them, to stay on side 3 times, Eddie. Must have been something made him think about that.
Yeah,
We're counting down to a point for London. Long, well, I wonder if we're in for one of those moments. No, we're not. Oh, Wells is in touch. Doesn't matter.
He is in touch, yeah. It's all over.
Well, it should be. Have we heard the siren yet? We haven't had the siren yet. There it is. London come up with a draw. 28 points apiece. St Helens remain unbeaten at home, and Tony Ray feels that his pocket has been picked, because London have certainly been the better side tonight. Only the second draw in Super League 10 we've watched here. It's St Helens 28, London Broncos 28.
So that's the way it finished, a thrilling 28-all draw. Sean Long not in great form with the boot, but Luke Dawn winning the watch as man of the match. Tremendous game at Nosey Road.